What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I have something interesting to talk about today, and this can benefit a lot of people. It won't benefit everyone, okay? And you're never going to find a situation where this is good news for everyone. There's always good news for some, and then for some others, they might not be able to benefit from this. But in this case, I do want to talk a little bit about this because we're looking at inflation at all-time highs right now. But in this situation, the prices will be going down on certain products, okay, in this department store. So this is what we're going to talk about today. First off, on this channel, we talk about money and the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get right over to this story. We're talking about Target. Target says it will cut prices as American spending habits drop. Okay, so we've changed the way that we shop. And a big reason why we're doing this is because of inflation and because gas prices are high. And so there are a lot of different items that we're not going into the store and buying. The main core is going to be groceries. We're going to go buy groceries, but we're not going to buy some of these other items that Target might carry or Walmart might carry. And so they're seeing a drop in spending. And so let me explain this a little bit better here. I have a little illustration here. That way I can kind of explain it to you guys the way that I understand. This is the way I see things, okay? So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. So the first thing we want to focus on, first quarter profits fell by 52%. Now this is Target, okay? So it dropped more than half, and they're comparing this to last year. So those are terrible numbers for Target. And as a result of this, Target's stock dropped drastically. I think it was like 25% in that first day or that first week. So people are paying attention to this, right? And Walmart's also seeing some decline because, like I said, Target, Walmart, these department stores carry pretty much the same thing. And if we're changing our spending habits, that means we're not buying a lot of those big ticket items. Okay, so let's look at some of the items. Big screen TVs and small kitchen appliances. That's what's falling. That's what they're seeing right now. Now let's think about this. So we had the pandemic. And during the pandemic, people were buying certain items, big screen TVs. Yes, people were buying big screen TVs. You know why? Because there was a lot of money to stimulate the economy, right? And stimulus checks was a part of it. Now, people who had money already and received a stimulus check on top of that, they had extra money. And some of those people went out and they bought some of these big ticket items. You have to understand, some people were able to work from home. And if you're able to work from home, then you might want to get a nicer TV because you're working from home. Or you might want to make some changes around the house. So you might go out and buy some kitchen appliances and things like that. So a lot of this was coming from upgrades. People wanted to upgrade their living situation. Or you lost your job, but you still had a little bit of a nest egg saved away, and then you got this stimulus check, and then you were able to spend a little bit. Or you knew you were laid off, but you knew you were going to be going back to work, but just temporarily they shut down the facility that you worked at or what have you. And so these people had money, and with that money, they went and they spent. They went to Walmart, they went to Home Depot, they went to Target, they went to these stores. And so that's the issue right here. Okay, now that's why we saw this drop, this 52% drop, because now people are not spending that way because of inflation. And so, I mean, inflation, I'm saying inflation, but inflation on a lot of different things. Like I said, gas prices and there's a wide variety of different reasons why people aren't spending the same. And people can even argue, well, there's no more stimulus checks, so they're not stimulating the economy. So that's what we're seeing right now. Okay. Now, so what's the problem? Target has a surplus now. So they had all these items. They were anticipating the profits about the same, but since they saw this fall, this 52% fall, now they have a lot of surplus. They have a lot of products that they need to get rid of. They need to sell. And so that is good for the consumer, because if you have an excess of products and the demand isn't there, because we've already talked about the demand, right? People are shopping differently. They're buying the necessities. They're going to the grocery store. They're doing that. They're not concerned with buying a TV or buying kitchen appliances and things like that. They're saying, you know what? We're gonna watch this whole inflation thing, and when that starts to die down, then maybe we'll go back in and we'll start spending. But right now, there are a lot of other things that we need to be spending our money on. Okay, so that is the reason why Target is dropping their prices. And right here, Target said inventory must be marked down to sell. They have to get rid of their inventory. Okay, now Target does have a plan. Okay, so they're going to drop the prices of certain items, but not all items, and they are focused on planning for growth in such areas as groceries. Okay, so Targets, they have grocery stores, most of them, not all of them, household essentials. So they at least understand the situation. Okay, beauty products. So this is what they're going to be focused on now. I'm not telling you how to shop, and I will be going to Target just to kind of see if prices are dropping, like maybe even clothes and things like that. They might reduce the prices of those as well. So I will be going to look. I'm not in the market to buy a big screen TV or anything like that. But if you are in the market to buy a big screen TV, Target is probably where you want to go, because you'll probably get the best deals, as well as if you're looking for kitchen appliances, smaller kitchen appliances. They don't sell like large washing machines and stuff like that. But nonetheless, that's the situation right now. So Target they're struggling. Okay, they're also struggling because the cost of fuel. There's a cost of fuel issue, right? Because like we were talking about, and I talked about this in several videos, when it comes to the cost of fuel and transportation, that's going up as well. And so now these department stores have to pay more to get these products shipped to them. And because they have to pay more to get the products shipped to them, they want to charge more for the products, right? They want to pass that cost on to the consumer. But Target's in a unique situation because they do have a lot of inventory, okay? And then they need to get rid of that inventory, but then they also sell other products that need to be shipped to them. So they're still paying more. They're still going to be paying more for transportation, and because they're paying more for transportation, that means when it comes down to it, they're not going to be as profitable as they could have been in the past, right? Because they're selling items for less, so they're going to lose money here, as well as they're going to be paying more for that transportation. Okay, so what is the bottom line? The bottom line and the good news is go to Target. Go to Target and see what they have there. You might be able to get some really good deals on a variety of different things. Now, me personally, I'm probably not going to be going grocery shopping at Target. I generally like to go to a regular grocery store, but I would be careful if you're going to Target to grocery shop. Just make sure that those prices are the same that you'd be paying in a regular grocery store, because you could see an offset. Okay, now I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm just saying be forewarned. You could see an offset of, okay, they have these items for sale like big screen TVs, but when it comes to groceries, they hike up the prices a little bit on the groceries to try to level off, to try to recoup some of their losses when it comes to some of these bigger ticket items. So just be careful if you are shopping at Target, and I would make sure you kind of have an idea how much a loaf of bread costs at Target compared to a loaf of bread in the regular grocery stores. But looking at this is good news. This is a situation where it's kind of the opposite of what we've been hearing about inflation. They're hiking up the prices of a variety of different things. Now you're seeing Target, and we might see Walmart. We might see some of these other large department stores doing the same thing. They might also have a surplus of products that they need to get rid of. Okay, they need to sell. And so just be on the lookout for situations like this. And I want you guys, if you guys do go to Target, let me know if you're able to get a deal on something. Let me know. I have an email. I'll post it right here so you guys can send me an email, and maybe I'll share that story with others. But when it comes down to it, this is good news from a department store. Now, one other thing that I want to talk about when it comes to this, because if we start seeing more department stores coming out, okay, and saying that they're struggling to get these products off the shelves, guess what? We could see a situation where the federal government steps in. These are big businesses, right? So that means that they're funding a lot of these politicians' campaigns. So these politicians will be at least open to some type of way to get them to get these products off the shelves. Okay? And one way, and I know it's kind of a bad time to talk about this because of inflation, but one way is to stimulate the economy. Okay. So we're going to have to see what that would mean if this continues. And it wouldn't be anytime soon. I would think that this wouldn't happen until maybe next year sometime, but it could be something that they look at, because if Target and Walmart and these large department stores really are showing signs of a huge struggle, the federal government's going to step in. They always do. Okay. They step in for big business. When it comes to the American people, that's not always the case. So when I say step in, I mean it could benefit the American people, because it could be a situation where they start incentivizing people to go buy things, giving rebates for big screen TVs or energy saving appliances and TVs and all that. They might give rebates for that. That way, that will get people to get in there and buy those items. They could even consider doing some type of a stimulus check or something like that. I'm just saying this could be possible. I'm not saying that there are no politicians talking about this right now. If we continue to see these large department stores struggling, this could be a remedy later down the road. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, post them down below. And like I said before, if you do go to Target and you were able to get a deal or something like that, you see something that's clearance and it's way down, maybe 50% off, 30% off, let me know. Just send me an email. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.